The safety boat is on standby because today is the Round the Island Race 2024. The spectators are gathering, the Coast Guard is watching, the lifeboats are attending, and here come the first boats. They started at 6 a.m. and it's only 6:45 and they're nearly down to Hurst Castle, which is where I'm watching from. It's a good place to watch because the spit to Hurst Castle takes you within about a mile of the Isle of Wight, so it's a choke point. All the boats come through. Wow, look at the conditions. Just had a squall come through and you can hardly see the boats. Cleared a tiny bit now and you can see this boat has made a tack and is heading back towards the Isle of Wight. It's one of the big ones. I don't know an awful lot about these big boats, so if you do, please put it in the comments below. I know a bit about dinghies, but these big fellas, they're real beasts. And look at that, trimaran hammering down out of the mist, coming towards us. They get a bit slow in the tack, do trimarans and catamarans, but he's soon accelerating and picking up speed again and hammering on down the course. You can see it bucking about a bit. It's an extreme weather forecast today, and there are gusts of 40 miles an hour predicted. In fact, the conditions are so extreme that last night the organisers cancelled 8 of the classes, saying it was too dangerous for them to race. So I think there's about 900 boats left in today. This is one of the biggest participation events in British sport. It's the London Marathon, the Great North Run, one other race, the Great South Run maybe it's called, and then this is huge participation with maybe 5 or 6 people on average on nearly 1,000 boats. That boat, look, has turned round. I think they've decided they've had enough, or maybe they've got a gear failure, but they're heading back in the opposite direction. Here you can see the wind whipping across the roof. I'm up on Hurst Castle. It's a good place to view from, but it's a bit blowy and exposed. And here's the waves breaking through the groins just down on the edge, and you can see there's quite a bit of spray being thrown up by the waves. There goes the safety boat and a boat with no sails up, so they're in trouble. Can't see what's happened. And as you can see, more boats coming down. They're heading along nicely. If that's your boat, make a comment below. Somebody else has turned round, look, and going back. I looked on the website and it seems like 200 boats turned back today. Oh, there's that boat we saw before, attended by the safety boat. Oh, they've still got the main up, but maybe the jib has broken. Serious conditions these. If you get any kind of incident, somebody's fingers caught in a winch, somebody falling over during a attack, or get bumped on the head, or even person overboard, it is serious very, very quickly. I thought they were turning from home, but it looks like it might have just been a not very marvellous tack. These boats look close together, but it's a long lens, so don't worry, they're not going to collide. Oh, look at his anti-fouling. That needs doing again. This one's coming towards us. There's some shingle banks just off the end of Hurst, and you don't want to get too close in to where we are. It gets rougher and more dangerous. There's a lot of boats coming down this way now. It's really thickening up. So this one's tacking. A bit slow but safely round. And now we're looking across to the Isle of Wight, and to the right is the Needles, which is the turn point that they're all heading for. There's another one coming our way. He didn't hang about. And that was a very snazzy tack, very quick. Very impressive, well done. If that's your boat, put a comment in below. What's this coming down? Some kind of gunter rig? That's impressive. And look at these folks up on the rail. Go through the tack, and they're all scrabbling across to get on the other side. They want to get as much weight out this side as possible, as much righting moment to keep the boat going as fast as possible, because this is a race and some people are very serious about winning. Although today I think it's a day for just getting round safely. There's another boat that looks like it's heading home, or it might be jib trouble trying to sort out by going downwind for a moment or two. So if you see yourself, put a comment below. If you've got a story to tell, put it below. If you had to retire, tell us why. I'd love to know your stories. And the waves keep thrashing in. Maybe that left-hand boat is going home too. It's about 50 miles round the island. I ought to know because I've done it in a topper. But the fast boats do it in 3 hours and 15 minutes. It took me the whole day, and that was with the tide with me all the way, which you could do if you go in slowly. You can see the waves on this shingle bank. Who's doing this camera work? This is terrible. Come on. Ah, that's better. Flapping jib. What's going on? Oh, a failed tack. He's coming back this way, although he's trying to go onto the other tack. He's getting a bit close in here because, oh yes, you can see he's got into the rougher bit of water where it shallows out and there's a shingle bank. I hope he doesn't miss this one, or else it's going to start getting a bit serious. Go on round, go on. You can do it. Go on. No, he hadn't. He's gone back on port. Ooh, take a breath, get some speed, and do it again. Ooh, I'm running round because I'm going to try and see what's happening to this boat, and I can't see from where I am. Hurst Castle, great place to visit. Come and see. Ah, he's got round. That's okay. If he'd have gone another couple of 100 yards, he'd have been up on the beach. I bet that put his heart rate up a bit, that skipper. If that was you, make a comment below. Tell us how that was and what happened. That's going along nicely. And so is that. You can see the ferry at the background there, waiting to go across from Lymington to the Isle of Wight, waiting to come back actually. So you can see some of these boats are quite reefed down. They're going back. They've had enough, or maybe broken something or hurt somebody. It's spectacular, isn't it? These are brave souls. That's going nicely. It's got a go fast stripe on it, and he is going well. Look at that. And we've got a little bit of dappled sunshine. The forecast is set to improve in terms of wind speed dropping a bit. Wow, that's choppy. And that's the view across to the Needles, which is the turn point that they're all looking forward to reaching. Can you see how rough it is? And I'm going to pull the camera back and you'll see how far away those rough waves are, because things, look. Yeah, out there, and it's that rough. That's miles away. So you can imagine the size of those waves if you actually get into them. They're over a shallow bank out there. Another nice tack. We'll get that jib in. Come on, who's on the winch? If that was you, put a comment below. That's the spit you have to walk down if you come down from the mainland. It's about a mile's walk. It'll take you half an hour or so. And there's a few boats. There's one making a tack. It's got to go towards the island again. Sometimes they cut between those chalk stacks. but I don't think anybody will be doing that today. They'll be very pleased if they make that tack. There's another boat coming back, look. Adventurous. They had a problem with the jib and the genoa, they both furled down. There, that's some serious reefing. That'd be me. The main's not even halfway up the mast, look. But I think it's a day for being sensible and trying to get round. If you are on Adventurous, tell us your story. Put it in the comments below. The Coast Guard are still keeping a watchful eye. The waves keep on thrashing. And if that's one of your boats, well done everybody. I bet you are pleased to make that turn point and get the wind on a more pleasant quarter. You have my respect. And if you turn back, I don't think you should feel bad in the slightest. It was a day for discretion. Have they lost the boom? Oh no, perhaps not. Here goes the safety boat. Still keeping a watch. More boats turning for home. The hut in the background there. And there, that's a pretty bleak and serious bit of water. And I'd be very pleased when I made the turn. Oh, bit of sunshine on the Needles. The forecast is due to get better, and some of these people will probably finish in quite nice conditions if they finish mid-afternoon. So I'll show you some of my stills. And don't forget, one good turn deserves another.